Hey guys, my name is Krenu here, and today I'm going to show you how to read the Call of Duty benchmark for max FPS. Now, this goes along with my settings video that I'll leave here. I'll link it down below. You want to go watch that one first, get your PC right, and that can honestly help even more than just like Call of Duty. That helps a lot of games as well. So definitely check that out first and then come back to this video here. But if you just want the most FPS on this new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, or any Modern Warfare, honestly, they're all the same, possible, you want to be able to read the benchmark here. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. And why is this important, Kirneill? The reason why reading the benchmark is important because it gives you a synopsis of what's going on with your PC here. So basically, your PC has very important components. It has a CPU, it has a GPU, it has the RAM, cooling. There's a lot of things that goes along with your PC performance that's not only your GPU there, contrary to popular belief. So what you want to do is make yourself familiar with your own PC instead of everybody else's on YouTube here. So this is for you to get the best out of your PC. Not for me to provide you the best like settings possible and stuff like that. I'm gonna get you more familiar with your PC just so you can get the best out of it here. So what you wanna do is you wanna head over to private match. You want to go to benchmark. Just want to start the benchmark up. Now my benchmark is going to be pretty low just because I'm streaming here. I'm going to go ahead and apply settings to full screen as well. That should help it out just a little bit. So this is going to just be an average benchmark. This is not like overclocked or anything like that. I'm just going to show you like what the average gamer goes through and make sure that you understand it here. So for the benchmark, I like the way that the Call of Duty did the benchmark this year. It's absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10 work from the devs. They definitely deserve credit this year. They absolutely made it amazing for tweakers. But you'll see that it's going to run just like, I don't know, like 20 to 30 second tests of your PCs. Now what you're looking for here is you're looking at the bottom left. So you see how the CPU and GPU milliseconds or 3 milliseconds of 5? You want to look at that carefully. Everybody looks at the FPS, but it's not really about the FPS, right? It's about the lowest FPS that you're getting, those dips that you're seeing, right? So this PC, it went down to like 130, like for example, stock. And that might be because of different factors. That might be because of the system's like Windows settings. That might be because of OBS. That might be because I'm streaming right now, so the GPU is trying to load OBS and the game at the same time. So you want to figure that out, and this helps you figure that out there because you can see the actual load on your CPU and GPU through this benchmark right here. So if you could see here, you see how the GPU is always lagging a little bit behind the CPU. So basically, if I were to guess, this would be GPU bottlenecks. And what does that mean? What does it mean when one is lagging behind the other? So basically, if your CPU is getting better millisecond times than your GPU, that means that you are GPU bounded. So that means that the next upgrade that you want to do is a GPU because that's what's holding your performance back here. Now, it's not a bad thing to be bottlenecked. Well, I mean, I prefer you weren't bottlenecked, but it's good to be aware of your bottleneck there because a lot of people, they just upgrade and they don't know what to upgrade. This tells you what to upgrade here. So like, for example, I am on a 4070 Ti here, right? And we're playing on 1440p. That is fairly intensive for like a GPU there. And I'm streaming at the same time here. I think I'm streaming at 1440p. Now, if you look here, these numbers are probably the most important along with these here. So it's not only about this average FPS that everybody looks at, it's about more than that. So what am I looking at here, Krenu? You're looking at the bottleneck. So it tells you what is holding you back. So it looks like my GPU is holding me back. Think about it like this. Your GPU is like an engine, your CPU is a transmission, right? If you have, you know, like a, I don't know, like a very, very poor engine, but you have a Ferrari transmission, are you gonna see the most performance out of that transmission? Of course you're not, because you don't have the right parts for it. It's like having a Ferrari and you're putting like a Honda Civic tire on a Ferrari, right? You're holding your system back. And that's why you kind of want the bottleneck to be balanced, but sometimes depending on your settings, you can't get that. And that's perfectly fine. Most people are actually bottlenecked there, but if you have a higher end PC, don't really have to worry about this, like a 1300K, 4090, don't worry about it. If you have a lower end PC, right, this is what you have to worry about because this is what's holding you back. So if you see here, I got a 192 FPS. My lows are like not the best, but that's because I'm streaming. That's actually pretty good for streaming, right? But if you look here, the average FPS, 196, average FPS, 279. So reading that right there, what does this tell me? This tells me that if I upgrade upgraded my GPU, right, then, or if I optimized my computer for maximum GPU efficiency, SENSEQUALITY.com, we got you guys covered, then your computer can get up to 280 FPS. Does it mean it will? No, it doesn't 100% mean it will, but it can. Your computer is ready for 280 FPS here. So if I just had a 4090, I slap that bad boy in here, guess what happens? This number goes up because this is the lowest number here. If you look at this, your average FPS will always match whatever the number average FPS is on the highest bottleneck number. So let's say my GPU is holding me back. I have the highest bottleneck number, 93%. Oh, look, the average FPS of my GPU is 196. Oh, look, the average FPS is 192. What does that mean? It means that when you're looking at this, when it's benchmarking, it's always going to be the average of the lowest hanging fruit here. So you're not going to get 280 FPS if your GPU can only go up to 196 frames, right? Like, so it's always the lowest hanging fruit. And if you switch this, like let's say I switch it to a 4090, you'll see automatically that I'll get closer to this 279 FPS range. Basically, this is where a lot of people get confused here. So I'm trying to break it down. So always optimize or switch out the part that is holding you back here. So always look at the average FPS. You look at the low first. This is very important. This determines how smooth your game feels. So a lot of people just look at the average and they're like, oh yeah, that's a good average. Let's get out of here. No, you want low first that is close to your average FPS. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly. It's never going to be exactly. But you want it close enough, right? Where your game feels really smooth. Because this determines how smooth you is. The low fifth, the low first determines how smooth your game feels. The average FPS is just average. Like, you don't state anything, right? But the low fifth and low first determines how smooth your game feels. So you want to make these as high as possible. And if I upgraded, you can see, or if I optimize my GPU, or if I overclock my GPU, you can see that I can get 60 more FPS if I just increased my low first there, which is way more important than just increasing your average FPS here, in my opinion. Now let's continue. So you want to look at average FPS, low first, make that as high as possible. You want to look at which component is holding you back, GPU or CPU. Now sometimes the CPU could be the memory too. You got to diagnose it. It takes a lot of time, but I'll make a separate video about that. But basically, you want to look at the bottleneck percentage. This is very important. The bottleneck percentage, if you're looking for an upgrade, this will tell you everything you need to know. Oh, my GPU is like 93% bottleneck. Oh, guess I have to get a new GPU here. Like, I need more performance out of my PC. Guess I have to focus on GPU overclocking at SenseQuality.com. I hope that really helps, guys. And you want to just make sure that you're maintaining consistent settings throughout these testings. That way you don't have like different variables happening during these tests. So you don't want to just test high resolution, put a new GPU, and then test low resolution. You want to make sure that you maintain the same settings for all of these tests. That will make your life way easier, trust me. I hope that helps, and let me know if you have any questions. But you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Again, you can visit us at SenseQuality.com, where we tune all your PCs and provide your PC needs here. So I hope you enjoy.